dog's enjoying a nice big walk. Just had a long walk along here, and I'm hanging with me mate, Richie.
There you go, boy.
Richie, this is the Bro Check Club. It's a really a platform for men to help men. We have the odd woman come along that like to have a nosy, but it's basically for us blokes. And you're a bloke that I've got to know quite well now. You've been staying with me for a while, and you've certainly had a tough run of it, but you've also made the most out of what you got. You've got battle scars, you're a veteran. You showed me your bullet hole wounds and your shrapnel wounds. You've been through a lot of stuff, you've seen a lot of action, and you survived. But more importantly, you've survived a rough childhood. And the question I really need to ask you, mate, for other men watching is how did you get through?
Basically, it's a case of acknowledging what you've got to deal with for a start. A lot of people tend to run away from it and hide and never acknowledge what's happened to them.
Yep.
You really have to face it.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, just tick that box off one day at a time. You're not there to beat yourself up. You know, plenty of us do that. I mean, we can sit down and beat ourselves up all day long, but it's not going to help you move forward. So I guess for me, it was I just take the old allergy, get your boots on and do them up tight. Yeah. It's going to be a rough run.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I come out the other end knowing that I've acknowledged it, parcelled it up and boxed it away. Some people find that very difficult. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's no harm in reaching out for help. Anybody that needs to reach out for help, do so. But for me, I guess I've done pretty much of it all on my own, because it's me that has to acknowledge it. It's me that has to put it away. I'm
a great believer in that. Can you tell me about what sort of support you got when you left the military from the military?
None whatsoever. I was basically drummed out as a mental health case.
Right.
And up until now, I mean, now they've got it all for everybody, but at the end of the day, I just had to do it myself. Yeah. I sank myself into a lot of piss, got myself in a lot of jail time, and not just for the weekends, not jail time for good.
Yeah.
It was a rough road, a bloody rough road. Sleeping at night was the worst thing. I mean, when you're in amongst the boys, you're part of a family, and then all of a sudden you're out on your own. It's a whole different concept of where you are.
Yeah.
We've got a pile of dogs tangled here.
I'll untangle them, mate. Hold on. Good boy. Good dogs.
So what I can say to is any other veterans out there that have been through the same shit I have, at the end of the day, face up to what you've got and acknowledge that you're still alive. I thought when I was shot, that was it. She's all over.
How many times have you been shot, mate?
Twice. One in the side of the hip and one under the arm.
Scar. Oh, there's the whole leg. I can see a scar there.
One up under the ear.
With a big scar down the side here too.
Right up there. That's a field wound.
Yep.
And then the other one's in here.
Oh shit. Yep. Bullet hole right there.
So, and it didn't come out either, the bastards. They use these terrible ones that splatter inside you, and they make a hell of a mess.
How does it feel?
Pretty hot, pretty nasty. It's like sticking a bloody hot pan on your hand, but it just never seems to go away.
It's burning inside.
Burning inside, yeah, all hot burning. Yeah. Shit, yeah. And shrapnel wounds.
Yeah, I see you've got a lot of shrapnel wounds, yeah.
Plenty of bloody shrapnel wounds.
You have,
legs,
yep.
Yeah. Some pretty big buggers.
That's a big one there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge one, yeah. And
those are the physical wounds, but there's also the mental wounds.
The mental wounds were, I tried to bury them away with alcohol, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I did 6 years counselling with a wonderful old lady, and she said that I had far too many boxes open and a few needed to be closed.
Okay.
So we work on them and work on them and work on them until I'm comfortable enough to close the box.
Yeah.
And I live my life by that now.
Yeah, yeah.
I live my life by that. If you've got an issue, like particularly with friends, like men are never good at talking to each other. We're shocking, absolutely shocking.
Oh, I reckon we've done a pretty good job so far.
We have, yeah. But it's when it comes down to the crunch, if you've got a problem with your mate, talk to him about it. That's how you build mates. If you've got a problem, talk to him about it. Get the artua off your chest.
Yeah.
And then you can carry on. And that's what makes good friendships.
Yeah.
The good and the bad times. And we do have some bad times, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, have my share. I'll get these dogs back in. Come on, Bigsy. Bigsy, come. Come on. He's going to piss on everything. Come on, Bigsy. Bigsy, come. He's taking pace walk. Bigsy come.
He's done a lot of marking this morning.
He's been marking everything, hasn't he?
He hasn't run out yet.
Bigsy, come here.
We're going to start calling you piss tank.
This thing, yeah.
Okay.
Keep you around here. So you're not supposed to be coming in here. Just there we go. Get them all tangled up.
But it's great to meet people like you, you know, who acknowledge people like me, as it were. And yeah, as I say, when I first left, I got no support from them whatsoever. You get your pension and all that sort of crap, but that doesn't suffice for your mental needs.
Yep.
You know.
How much action have you seen? How many months or weeks or years?
You'd be going away for 12 months at a time.
Shit.
You know, I did a lot in the South Pacific.
Right.
I did some training in Germany, some training in the Czech Republic.
Yep.
And of course, when I was wounded, they wanted to perf me out, and I thought, no, this is my life, you know. So they agreed to make me a trainer, so I didn't really do much after that. But it was more breaking men down, bringing them back up again.
How much actual fighting have you done?
Oh, probably did about 6-7 years of it.
Jeez.
Straight out, hard out fighting.
So did you lose any mates in action?
Yeah, lost a few, yeah. Bougainville was probably one of the nastiest ones I'd been involved in.
That's Papua New Guinea, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bloody rough country. And I mean, I don't know how the guys felt in Vietnam, but by Jesus, you know, the bush in Borneo was enough to scare the shit out of anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the natives weren't all that friendly either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were slaughtering each other like there was no tomorrow.
Did you see that yourself?
Yeah, personally, yeah. It was bloody heartbreaking, you know.
Yeah.
And,
what was their weapon over there? Machetes?
Machetes, mainly, yeah. Machetes and well, sort of guns, if you could call them guns. There was one chap there, he had a sawn-off shotgun, bloody wired up with looked like a stick of driftwood.
Jeez.
And
that was his weapon?
That was his weapon, yeah. And he used to make his own powder and shit, and oh my God, he used to use it for flying fox hunting. That's what he used it for in the end.
What's flying fox hunting?
Flying foxes, you know, it's the the bats.
Yep.
You know, the flying bats.
Yeah.
And
that was civil unrest in there, wasn't it?
Very much civil unrest. Yeah. A lot of my stuff's been civil unrest. I mean,
what's the hardest part for a soldier in an environment like that? Or what's for you was the hardest part?
Well, the hardest part for me, I suppose, was watching people die at the hands of other people for no valid reason.
Yeah.
You know, that was it. You know, I mean, you'd have two tribes going at each other, and there might be 6 left at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got a pile of bodies there of human beings that they're just neighbouring tribes.
Shit.
You know, that's all it is.
And women and children too?
Women and children, yeah, women and children. There was,
babies?
There was definitely no holdback on who they killed.
That's terrible, eh?
You know, I watched the baby's head get chopped off. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, he just finished taking the woman's arm off.
And you've got to stand by and watch that too, don't you?
You have to, you have to, yeah. Unfortunately, that day I didn't, though. I gave him a bullet between the eyes, and that didn't go down too well with the high brass.
I don't think anybody would blame you for that, mate. So are you peacekeeping, basically?
Supposedly peacekeeping, yeah.
So if you're peacekeeping, are you supposed to be stopping them from killing each other?
Well, you have to communicate with them. Problem is they don't want to communicate with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, lots of guns were fired in the air.
Yeah.
You know, to give warning shots and things.
Yeah.
But they either heeded that or they didn't. But you weren't allowed to take military action against them unless you were ordered.
But you did?
I did, yeah, and I paid the price for it.
Hey, mate, just want to shake your hand.
Hey, good on you, Tay.
Sometimes you've got to go against
you
the
do got to go
regime
against
and do what's in your heart.
Yeah.
Just so hearing what you said, if I'd said that, I think I'd be prepared to get stripped down for that too.
Yeah,
mate.
did right. I mean, at the end of the day,
he was going to kill more people, wasn't he?
Oh, Christ, he was going to carry on. He'd already killed 5 in front of me. You know, until this woman came along with the baby, and that's where I drew the line.
Yeah.
You know, I thought, you know, this is peacekeeping.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, I never regret my service, but it did leave a mental scar on me.
Sure.
You know, for sure. You know, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, I can recall it at the drop of a hat. And it's all visual, isn't it? Yeah. It's all visual. Yeah, you're visual. Hey.
So you still have those images in your mind?
Not so much now.
Yeah. Do you sleep okay?
Yeah, pretty good now.
Good.
Yeah, never used to.
Good.
Yeah, I remember the first day I got out, I couldn't sleep all bloody night. Don't know what the hell it was, but yeah. And then it wasn't until day 5 the shit started coming.
Did you? Because you're a man of martial arts. You've done
Yes,
you've done
yes.
kempo. Did you ever use that in any of your? fighting?
No, I learnt that afterwards. I
okay.
was unarmed combat was my main one, but I did that afterwards mainly to give my mind something else to focus on.
Yep, good.
And through a friend of mine, we did end up doing that.
Yep.
So I did that for 6 years. Got to third in the South Island.
That's amazing.
So that's pretty good going
absolutely.
for an ex-boxer. It took me 3 months to learn to drop my hands down.
Yeah, for kempo.
Yeah, totally different concept altogether.
You come from a fighting family, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah. The Leckies, pretty good history in New Zealand as boxing as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And I've never wanted to lead a life of violence, funnily enough.
No.
You know?
How can I say it? Well, I can tell by the way you are with the animals that you're actually a peaceful guy, and all the killing you've had to do while you've been a soldier is probably something that's against your nature. But
well, it wasn't what I envisaged it was when I went in.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think anybody does. No one knows what they're up for, do they?
It was a bloody shell shock when I first got into battle. You know, I can remember, landing in a plane in the middle of the bloody night. The airport's been taken back, and I hear this. It's like somebody's rattling stones in a tin can. But there happened to be bullets hitting the plane.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah, and a chap in front of me lost his life right there and there before we'd even stopped. So
Was that landing or taking off?
that was landing.
Shit.
That was landing. Yeah, that was.
So you're landing in a place where you're being shot at as you're coming in,
Coming
and the guy
in,
gets killed on the plane.
Yeah, right there in front of me. So I mean,
What would that be,
was my
50,
first
50 mil or
introduction.
something?
Because
Because it went right through the plane, didn't it?
Yeah, it did go right through the plane. She was a big size calibre, but it wouldn't have been a 50.
What would
It
that
was,
mean?
it would have been 275 or something like
Right,
that.
yep.
Yeah, they were up in the up above us because they were in the tower,
Oh,
and there was no lights on, no nothing.
Oh, they're taking over the tower?
They'd taken over it. Yeah, they'd taken over it. And basically, I ended up lying down behind the wheels, and I remember lying on my back, and I kept seeing these flashes coming fast, and I thought, oh my God, that's chasers.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you how fucking close they were to me.
And how many bullets
Oh God, every 5 was a tracer.
through? Jeez.
You know, so they were coming thick and fucking fast.
Yeah.
And there were only 3 of them in there, and we got them at daylight.
Right,
So,
you got them.
Yeah, we got them in daylight. Yeah.
And how'd you get them?
I just sneaked around behind bushes and things, and took pokes at them, and they stick their head up at the wrong moment. Boom.
What was your shooting skills like? Were you a
I
sniper?
was lousy. I was absolutely bloody lousy when I first started. I couldn't hit the side of a barn. As a matter of fact, I was hitting inside the butts.
Oh, jeez.
So they weren't too thrilled about that. So they put me on a GPMG for a while, and I could hit just about everything with that thing. But you
Was that
throw
right?
enough bullets at it, and you think you'll hit it. And then they ended up putting me through sniper school.
Oh, yeah?
Not to be a sniper, but just to improve my skills in shooting. And in the end, I was 1-on-1 every time. So 1 bullet for 1 kill.
That's
So
good.
that's what it was about.
And was that what you were achieving in the field?
I wouldn't say that. Under the heat of battle, you're not necessarily hitting everything you want to hit. You know, half the time you're bloody ducking. You know, because you can guarantee they're coming back at you. So, but yeah, the shots I did do were outright kill shots. There was never any wound shots. You know, but you can never guarantee that.
No.
You know, you can never guarantee where your bullet's going to land. You know, you haven't got time to sight things up a lot of the time. You know, when I was with the Americans, by Jesus, never let an American go behind you.
Yeah.
They are bloody ruthless, man. They just open up right, left and centre, and they don't even know what they're shooting at.
I've seen that before.
Yeah,
They've killed a lot of their own.
They've killed a lot of their own men. Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Hey, these dogs are getting hot, brother.
Right, yes,
So
we better
we'll start walking them back. Well, that's there's a bit
Well, I
of
hope some of that helps some of you guys out there, you know, because it's a tough bloody walk, this life that we live. And it's all about what you do on the day. It's all about what you do on the day. So take it for what it is and move forward. You know, it might be 1 step at a time, but 1 step at a time is better than going backwards.
Bloody oath.
Isn't it, mate? Top class, eh?
Yeah, hey, good to have you with me, Richie.
Hey, yeah, good on you, Clay.
I've really enjoyed having Richie's company. We sat up last night having long men talks, and I feel pretty blessed to be in his aura and his world, and him share what he has. It's been a real honour. There's some men you meet on your journey that you have a respect for, and Richie's one of them. He's the sort of guy that if I was in battle, he's the guy I want right beside me. He's the guy that I'd trust because he's a good bastard. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic new year. We're into it now. Keep on fighting a good battle. Go steady. and we'll see you in the next Bro Check Club video. And thanks.
Hurrah!
Hurrah. See you later.